Suzuki's S-Cross compact SUV gains the brand's mild hybrid tech in uprated 48-volt form, and at the same time also gains a fresh K14D series version of the company's 1.4-litre Boosterjet petrol engine. The electrification claims to deliver a 20% running cost improvement, but otherwise the S-Cross recipe is much as before. So there's plenty of space for a crossover of this size, lots of kit for the money, and, unusually in this class, the option of a proper lockable four-wheel drive system in the top version.
Now, you may be familiar with the way that mild hybrid engines work, but just in case not, here's a quick recap. And now basically energy which would otherwise be lost when braking or cruising off throttle is harvested via a kinetic energy recovery system and then sent to a small lithium-ion battery that here has been placed beneath the front passenger seat. Now this is used to drive a belt-driven ISG, that's an integrated starter generator unit, and to power the engine stop-start system. Now Suzuki's old 12-volt mild hybrid system didn't do a lot more than that, but this improved 48-volt setup can also deliver a couple of other important benefits. Now the first is something quite unusual amongst current mild hybrids, and that's the ability for this Suzuki to idle and even coast on full electric power, although only below 10 miles an hour. The other fresh benefit here is something that's supposed to be now quite common amongst mild hybrid models, and that's the ability to torque fill under acceleration to compensate for turbo lag. That's just as well because this S-Cross Hybrid's new K14D series 1.4-litre Boosterjet petrol engine has less power than the unit of the same size that it replaces, 127 bhp instead of 138, plus the car's electrified tech adds 65 kilos of extra weight in the case of the ALLGRIP four-wheel drive version. But there's now more torque. It's up from 230 to 235 newton meters. The 62 miles an hour sprint takes 10.2 seconds en route to 118 miles an hour. There's no longer an automatic gearbox option, and that proper lockable ALLGRIP four-wheel drive system is optional on the top-spec SZ5 variant. There are no visual changes with this S-Cross model switch to hybrid power. Up front, it's an inoffensive but not unpleasant piece of design, and the fixtures and fittings feel well screwed together from the Hungarian factory, although some of the materials are a bit scratchy. At the rear, the generous 2,600mm wheelbase length frees up plenty of interior room. Time to take a look in the boot. Now, it's about 20% bigger than the trunk you'll get in a smaller Super Mini-based crossover, a Mokka, an EcoSport and so on. Suzuki reckons that the 48-volt mild hybrid tech has delivered improvements in fuel economy and emissions of up to 20%, although because of the switch from NEDC to WLTP cycle ratings, it's difficult to verify that claim with any real accuracy. The WLTP figures show a front-driven version of this model managing 50.1 mpg and 127 grams per kilometre on the combined cycle, while the ALLGRIP four-wheel drive version delivers 45.7 mpg and 139 grams per kilometre. The prominent hybrid badging here might lead you to expect more efficiency benefits than are actually delivered, but every little helps, and the 48-volt tech is certainly a step forward in the way it better assists with pulling power and allows for fully electrified progress below 10 miles an hour. Now, whether that will be enough to make customers interested in the S-Cross who weren't before is more debatable, but it gives this car an extra selling point, and that is never a bad thing.